our beloved President, Professor M.B. Puranik Sir, Principal Sunita V. Madi, and Vice Principal Dayanand Katil. I also cordially welcome all the staff members and students gathered here to celebrate World Environment Day. Greetings to all gathered here at this moment, as only one Earth calls for global, collective, and transformative actions to celebrate, protect, and restore our planet. I now request our President, Principal, and Vice Principal to light the lamp, followed by offering floral tribute to Bharat Mata. Deepajyotirjanardanaha Deepo haratu me papam Deepajyotirnamostute. I now request our President, Sir, to address our students regarding the significance of the day.
Respected Principal, Vice Principal, members of the teaching staff, and my dear students. In recent days, it is being observed all over the world this day, the World Environmental Day. Environment is pronounced in two ways. If you go to the Mysore area, they say environment. Others we say environment. What do you mean by the environment? You know already, you have prepared so many posters, the importance. Suppose the environment is disturbed, what will be the consequence? Bad effect on the livings, or the globe altogether. The environment means surrounding. There are two components which are going to influence somebody's personality, somebody's living, somebody's well-being. One is the environment, the surrounding. Need not be air, water, light, etc., carbon dioxide, etc., even other aspects of the non-living components. There are living components of the environment, the vegetation, green trees, all the animals, microbes, virus, everything constitute the environment. How this environment is going to affect us, suppose we do not maintain the balance. My dear students, from the time immemorial in India, in the Sanatana India, old India, in our system, in our development and culture, we used to give the very, very high importance to the environment. People never used to pollute the river waters. As the civilization, so-called civilization grew, industrialization, town, city formation, so many things contribute for the water pollution. Nowadays, you know, the central government is trying its level best to maintain the purity of Ganga water. Otherwise, anybody, sick people consume Ganga water and waters of great rivers of India, Ganga, Sindhu, Kaveri, Krishna, Godavari, Narmada, all these long flowing rivers water is highly valuable and it cures so much of illness. When I was a student, my teacher said, in a small copper vessel, people preserve Ganga water. In every house, Indians basically, we have got in a small sealed copper bottle, Ganga water is preserved. Sometimes we use it as tirtha, or more basically, when somebody is breathing their last moment before just death, the aspect or the request of the elders, ಒಂದು ಚಮಚ ಗಂಗಾ ತೀರ್ಥವನ್ನು ನನ್ನ ಬಾಯಿಗೆ ಹಾಕಿ, the last hours when breathing starts stopping. I used to wonder, is it not an orthodox blind belief? ಸಾಯುವ ಮೊದಲು ಯಾಕೆ ಗಂಗಾ ಅಥವಾ ಯಮುನಾ ಈ ಪವಿತ್ರ ನೀರನ್ನು ಹಾಕಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಮ್ಮ ಅಜ್ಜ ಹೇಳಿದ. Really there is a meeting. When I was teaching virus, about virus, there was a lesson. A virus basically which affects the bacteria. What do you call that virus which affect? Bacteriophage. Phage bacteria we say. It's a separate type of. The speciality of the virus, they infect selected host. All are not infecting all organism. For example, animals which are capable in affecting the animals, they depend on the life of cell of animals. They called as animal virus. Similarly, plant virus. Earlier people were thinking there were only two types of virus: animal virus, plant virus. Of late, after the invention of electronic microscope, so much of magnification is being done, and then we understood there is a separate type of virus known as bacteriophage or phage virus. How, what is its structure, how it is going to... Virus is a very, very simple organism. You should know it. What is the speciality of a virus? It is neither a living nor a dead, non-living. It bridges between the gap of living and non-living altogether. Without light, without food, without good environment, a virus can live any length of time. Whenever the suitable host is available, they get the host, then they become active. In the dormant condition they live. Now, why I am mentioning about the bacteriophage? People say, investigations say, the big rivers like Ganga, Yamuna, Kaveri, all these sacred rivers of India, they are rich with bacteriophage, bacteriovirus, this phage virus. What is the advantage? Normally, we are getting the infection or disease, maybe when virus or protozoa, maybe other organism, bacteria, many more micro and macroorganisms are going to cause in or problem in our health, anybody's health, animals or plants' health. Now, the bacteriophage actually infects on bacteria. Indirectly, the bacteria is going to disturb our health. To control the growth and development of a bacteria, bacteriophage contributes. It controls the growth and development of bacteria inside the system or outside the system of a human being. Now we understand why my grandfather said, because after stopping the breathing, when all the parts of our body stop functioning, our body temperature comes to the environmental temperature, the body cells immediate infection by external agencies. Now we say, the moment after their death, it must be cremated. It should not be protected or kept for long. The reason is, the body, once we lose our life, the dead body is so prone to get the infection from organism. Bacteria is the first one to attack. To control this bacteria, if this water is taken inside, at least for a few hours, it protects our system from decaying. Now, this is the reason. So, please understand, my dear children. Recently, we have found the electronic microscope where the magnification is 1 lakh time, 10 lakhs time magnification, revolution is there. Even with the naked eye, without having any modern equipment, instrument, our forefathers knew by experience this great rivers carry this kind of phage bacteria, which is very good for the health, even diseased. And my dear friends, we in India, our forefathers never used to pollute the environment. That is why in our cremation, most of us used to burn the dead body, not to bury. It may decay, it may take so much years, so many months to get neutralized. The best thing is the Panchabhuta, 5 aspects of the environment, which is going to make the matter. It must be immediately mixed with the environment. So to keep the environment fit, our forefathers take maximum care in our day-to-day life. We are very, very careful about the environment. We worship environment. Please understand. Somebody is worshipping Naga, cobra. People think that such a poisonous animal, why should you worship it? Why should you grow? Why should you protect? The reason, the same cobra, if it bites, the poison enters into our body. Otherwise, no. But it keeps the nature correct, balance. All insects are controlled by these, or rats. These are controlled by the snake. This is a web-based system. On snake, the birds act. On bird, so many animals live. So it is balancing the nature. The nature balancing is very, very important. Our forefathers always thought about maintaining the environment clean and hygiene. Never used to make the water, air, soil pollute. My friends, if you happen to go to Vamanjuri area, you can see huge dump of the town waste. I am observing for the last 10 years, 15 years, while going to Shubhodaya Vidyalaya, I see this dumping area. There, every integrated, that bacteria and other organism which can split into smaller pieces and nature, that's okay. But plastic, huge plastic material, which is non-biodegradable. Biologically, you can't degrade them. They remain in the soil. Plastic is the one which is going to spoil environment. You know that? Like also we pollute water. That is very bad. So, when you collect water from the well, all the content, waste material settle in the soil, pure water gets settled deep in the earth. No, this is very, very important. Nowadays, youngsters like you are teaching parents. Even when we are throwing the waste, daily waste, you segregate. One is biologically degradable. They decay. You can convert into manure and other useful material. Other non-degradable, plastic, etc., you separate it and give to the corporation. Now today, it's a very, very important day in India or in the world. Bhagavan Sri Krishna, what he did? He jumped into Yamuna river and controlled Kalinga. Kalinga is a serpent, cobra, used to pollute water. That Yamuna water, when cattle and other animals consume, they used to die. What did he do? He controlled, he never killed that cobra, but he controlled. See here, you have no business, you can live in water, but you have no business to split poison. Iron you can't put. Very, very bad. He controlled. Likewise, I say, all our forefathers, our elders, they are very, very careful about the environment. We are good at using the environment, consuming the environment, not maintaining, balancing the environment. For each and everything, man depends on whom? Man depends on plants. For our food, fruit, oxygen, firewood, rayon, many more things, we depend on vegetation. Are we planting a tree, at least one tree a year? Just raise your hand. My parents are asking, requesting me to plant one sapling, a tree in our environment and our surrounding of the. Raise your hand. At least one plant you are asked to plant in a year. Raise loud. You are not ashamed of that. Just you can see the hands. Hardly 10-15% of us are okay down. So this awareness you should have. Instead of destroying the tree, our business is plant one coconut tree, one mango tree. It is not possible in cities and when you are staying in the flats. The maximum you can plant in your balcony, few pots you can grow. But I say it is our responsibility to replant or plant, say forestation. Instead of destroying, our government in the world, Indian government takes maximum care in destroying the vegetation. There are reserved forests. Only people steal it, unknowingly cheating, paying the bribe. Otherwise, the plantation, vegetation in the reserved forest made mark. These, we are not supposed to touch a small herb, shrub or a tree. So my dear students, you should know the importance of the environment, how the environment can be protected. There are many means, methods. Let us take an oath today. Let me not contribute in disturbing the environment, in spoiling the environment. Whatever may it is possible, I must help to maintain the good atmosphere, good environment. That should be our oath and plea. So today is a very important day to develop the awareness of the importance of the environment, how best you can protect the environment. That should be your awareness, your contribution. I am very thankful to the organizers, principals and teachers who are here to make the children know the importance of the environment and contribute positively for the good environment. Thank you very much.
Now the students of class 10 will take over the stage class-wise to create awareness regarding air, water, forest, soil and fossil fuels.
गजानना गजानना प्रथमवन्दना विघ्नराज एकदन्त शिवसुनन्दना गजानना गजानना प्रथमवन्दना विघ्नराज एकदन्त शिवसुनन्दना विघ्नराज एकदन्त शिवसुनन्दना विघ्नराज एकदन्त शिवसुनन्दना. Namaste. So now let's see how a school presents its Environment Day program. So let's begin.
It is rightly said that environment is no one's property to destroy. It's everyone's responsibility to protect. Namaste one and all. I'm Kanika from class 10th, the MC for today's program. On this special occasion of Environment Day, we have with us Dr. Pratham D. Shetty. He is a pedologist and has done masters in soil mechanics and environment geotechnics in Bengaluru. We welcome you, sir. We are even grateful to have with us our president, Professor Mithil R. Shetty, who always supports us in our every program. Now, I would request Dr. Pratham to infer us with some of your knowledge.
Hari Om. Soil minerals form the basis of soil. Soil is produced from rocks, which are the parent material, through the processes of weathering and natural erosion. Wind, water, temperature change, gravity, pressure differences, and living organisms all help break down the parent material into soil. The types of parent material and the conditions under which they break down will influence the properties of the soil formed. For example, soils formed from granite are often sandy and infertile, whereas basalt under moist conditions breaks down to form fertile clayey soils. As soils develop over time, horizons or layers form a soil profile. The horizons are the layers in the soil as you move down the soil profile. The different layers of the soil profile are as follows: the O horizon, the A horizon, the B horizon, and the C horizon. The O horizon is the upper layer of the topsoil, which is mainly composed of organic materials such as dried and dead leaves, twigs, small rocks, surface organisms, and other decomposed matter. This layer is often black brown or dark brown in color. Next comes the A horizon or topsoil. This layer is also known as the humus layer and is rich in organic matter and other decomposed material. It is soft and porous to hold enough air and water. Germination of seeds and growth of plant roots takes place in this layer. Next in line is the B horizon or subsoil, which lies just below the topsoil. It is comparatively more harder and compact than the topsoil. This layer is yellowish brown in color as it has less humus content in it. This layer is less organic, but it is rich in minerals brought down by the topsoil. It contains metal salts, especially iron oxide, in a large proportion. The bedrock or the sea horizon is the last layer of the soil profile. It has no organic matter and is called the parent rock. It is composed of stones and rocks, and hence it is very hard in nature. The top layer of soil is very light and is easily carried away by wind, water, and other natural forces. This removal of topsoil by the natural forces of nature and other activities is known as soil erosion. Soil erosion is also caused by overgrazing by cattle and human activities such as deforestation. Now, I would like to conclude my words by telling that the magic of soil is that it turns death into life. Save soil, save life. Thank you.
Indian soils have a rich history with significant contributions to lifestyle, culture, civilization, and overall livelihood, besides supporting the survival and nourishment of the South Asian population.
Namaskar. You choose Rosa in Jammu Kashmir.
सत श्री अकाल, आसिम पंजाबा देहम.
खम्मा गणी मु राजस्थान ती हूँ.
नमस्कार, हम महाराष्ट्राचे आहोत.
नमस्कार, नाव कन्नडिगरू.
Friends, our production of saffron has been increased thanks to our forest soil. This soil is mainly found in the forest region of our state. These soils vary in structure and texture depending on the mountainous environment where they are formed.
Our soil contains various organic carbon, nitrogen, and some calcium carbonate contents, along with the sufficient water holding capacity. Our state is famous for saffron and apples, and this is mainly because of a forest soil. Our forest soil is also used for the mud therapies as well as the treatment like dermatitis, arthritis, and diabetes too.
Our land has produced a great yield this year. This is because of the unique combination of soil present in our state. The fertile land of of Punjab consists of sandy loam, clayey loam and alluvial soil. Alluvial soil plays a major role in our production.
This soil is very rich in humus that is deposited by the three important rivers of Himalayas, that is Ganga, Brahmaputra and Indus rivers. There are two different types of alluvial soil that are developed in the upper and the middle Ganga plain. They are Bangar and Kadar. The major crops that are grown in this soil are jute, groundnut, wheat, etc.
Now we would like to say about our soil. Mostly the arid soil is red and brown in color and sandy in texture. Our soil lacks humus and moisture. Due to high calcium content, the bottom horizon of our soil is occupied by kanka, which restricts the infiltration of water through the soil.
Our soil contains a considerable amount of soluble salt. Due to dry climate and the absence of vegetation, there is a very low percentage of organic matter. Our soil is very infertile, but with proper fertilizers and irrigation, the drought resistant and salt tolerant crops such as wheat, maize, millet, etc. can be grown.
Now we would like to tell about our soil.
In Maharashtra, maximum area is covered with a basalt rock, which is formed due to volcanic eruption, and it's a pure black in color, because of which it makes most of Maharashtrian soil black.
Black soil are clayey in texture and are highly fertile. Black soil is to be the best variety of soil for the cultivation of cotton. Black soil is ideal for the good for growing crops like cotton, sugarcane, wheat, millets, oilseed, etc. During hot weather, they develop cracks which help in the aeration of the soil.
The Konkan and the Sahyadri range, due to the heavy rainfall and the high humidity, this same basalt rock gives rise to the red laterite soil.
Red soil is considered to be a soil that is generally develops in warm temperatures and moist climates. It is found in various parts of Karnataka. It has a thin organic and mineral layer overlying a yellowish crown-leaf layer which can be seen resting under an alluvial red soil. It is rich in iron.
Red soil are generally formed from sedimentary rock and rich in iron. We grow rice, cardamom and cotton, and thus Karnataka is the largest producer of cereals and pulses.
To talk about our soil, it has high clay content which increases water holding capacity. Laterite soil develops in areas where there is high temperature and has high rainfall. In our state, it is found in parts of Kanchipuram, Tiruvallur and Tanjavur districts and patches over the Nilgiris.
Though this soil is nutrition deficient, we grow tea, coffee, cashew and coconut. Moreover, this is used as road pavement material and is also considered as a good material for embankment construction.
In 1995, a chromium factory in Tamil Nadu's Vellore district shut shop, leaving behind a legacy of contaminated water and soil. After 2 decades, agriculture remains unavailable and people continue to flock to hospitals with health issues.
And if this thing is left abandoned, this will cause pollution.
Mysore has one of the best drainage and sewage systems in the country. It functions flawlessly and is strong enough to meet the demands of the population.
Even during heavy monsoon, the city does not get flooded and the rainwater get easily drained as the sewage system is in places.
चारों दिशाएं बहती गाती मदमाती ये अल्लड़ हवाएं
To more than one tree every year.
I will plant more than one tree every year.
And I will also care for it. I will not waste the natural resources.
Depleted soils will not quench the fire of hunger. Unquenched hunger can burn the very world. This is a generational responsibility. Save soil. Let's make it happen.
How wonderful you are. You appear like a friend to me. You help the sailors of distant land. You help the birds to take their flight and fresh the ones with sorrow heat. But you also appear as a big storm that shatters everything at its way. You move the weak at your way. All bow down with respect and fear, even the mighty trees.
सांस लेने में भी तकलीफ होती है? हाँ बेटा, मुझे भी पता है। क्या आपके ज़माने में धरती ऐसी ही थी या फिर? हमारे यहाँ ऐसा बिल्कुल भी नहीं था। चारों ओर हरियाली फैली हुई थी और हवा में प्रदूषण का नामो निशान भी नहीं था। हवा बहुत ताज़ी और शुद्ध थी। काश मैं ये सब देख पाती। क्या आप ये सच में देखना चाहती हो? हाँ दादाजी। चलो शुरू करें। बूंदों से पूछा, बूंदों ने जाके चाची, हम इस प्रदूषण को कैसे कम कर सकते हैं? हम प्रदूषण को कम करने के लिए वाहनों का इस्तेमाल कम कर सकते हैं। सूखे घास को जलाने के बजाय उसे कंपोस्ट में बदल सकते हैं। कारखानों को प्रदूषित धुआं छोड़ने से पहले 10 बार सोचना चाहिए। और मुख्य रूप में हमें प्रकृति में पेड़ उगाने चाहिए ताकि हवा में प्रदूषण की मात्रा कम हो। हाँ, अब तुम्हें समझ आ गया होगा कि हमने प्रकृति को कितना नुकसान पहुंचाया है।
काला काला आसमां में बादल भी मैला है, घुटता है दम यहाँ जो धुआं धुआं फैला है। हो केमिकल हो, चूल्हा हो या कार हो, पोल्यूशन की मार से बच्चे क्यों बीमार हो।
सब ये खाए रे, टिक 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 टिक, प्लास्टिक टिक ना पाए। अगर सुन लो जो संभलना हम तो बम ये बढ़ जाएगा कि बहती सी नदियों का ये पानी रुक जाएगा कि घर है हदरदी का ये दम नहीं घुट जाएगा। तेली बोतल स्ट्रॉ इत्यादि जर्रे जर्रे में फैला दी, ना मिट पाए रह रहे टॉक्सिक बन जाए। इससे छुटकारा तो नहीं पर है एक सरल उपाय। सिंगल यूज प्लास्टिक को हम कह दे बाय बाय। टिक 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 टिक, कसम ये खाए रे, टिक 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 टिक, प्लास्टिक टिक ना पाए। सोचो तो क्यों है आज सहमा पानी, ये चुपचाप पानी क्यों। चलो बदल दे ये कहानी कहानी, बचा ले निशानी हम। पूछेगी धरती तब कहाँ थे तुम, नदी रो रही थी तब कहाँ थे तुम। स्वच्छता और पानी हमको बचानी है ये जिंदगानी। है कब से नाराज गुस्सा गुस्सा पानी, ये क्यों उदास पानी क्यों। चलो बदल दे ये कहानी कहानी, बचा ले निशानी हम। पूछेगी धरती तब कहाँ थे तुम, नदी रो रही थी तब कहाँ थे तुम। स्वच्छता और पानी हमको बचानी है ये जिंदगानी।
Namaste everyone present here. So, as Anil mentioned right now, I am going to speak about a short note on water classification. So, biological water classification is the oldest existing water classification, and the maps are published for every 5 years from the year 1975 until the year 2000 by the Federal States for Working Issues. Now comes the classes of water classification. Water classification class 1 to class 2, which is mostly found in dark blue color, and the river section, which is filled with pure water and mostly colonized by algae, mosses, insects, platforms, etc. Well, that's all the information I have for today. And for give the continuation and more classification, here comes Harsha.
To talk about water classification class 3 and 4. Water quality classification class 3, which is yellow in color, which means it is very heavily contaminated. These are the water sections with very heavy pollution and organic waste substances. These are largely colonized by wastewater bacteria and only some microorganisms which are resistant to oxygen deficit conditions occur in large quantities like leeches and sponges. Water quality class 4, which is very heavily contaminated, these are the water sections which can be classified as the considerably restricted living conditions. There are no fish, and if found at all, it is only in locally limited areas. These are densely populated by tube worms. Thank you. Now I would like Vignesh to talk about biodiversity.
What is aquatic biodiversity? Aquatic biodiversity is the rich and wonderful variety of plants and animals that live in the watery habitats. Sustaining this biodiversity is essential for the health of the environment as well as the quality of human life. In no other realm is the importance of biodiversity for sustainable development more essential than the ocean. Marine biodiversity, the variety of life in the seas and ocean, is a critical aspect of sustainable development. It consists of more than 6 lakh known species, which include eels, sharks, rays, dolphins, etc. Some places have such a large variety of different and rare species that these spots are named as biological hotspots. These areas of high biodiversity support important biological processes like spawning, nurseries, and feeding areas. Some species of fish are found here which are not found anywhere else in the world. As we know, this biodiversity is threatened due to pollution, overfishing, oil spill, plastic pollution, etc. So we must try our best not to pollute it more but conserve it. Thank you. Over to you, Shreya.
Hey, I, Shreyan of class 10C, is going to be presenting on freshwater. Freshwater makes up roughly 0.01% of world's water and 0.8% of the earth's surface. Yet this tiny fraction of global water supports 1 lakh species. These include trout, carp, eel, piranha, shrimp, etc. Many other creatures that live in freshwater are called beavers, mollusks, snails, turtles, etc. And many insects live there too. Some unusual animals such as diving bell spider and river dolphins are freshwater creatures. Many plants such as algae, cattail, aspen, water lilies and willow trees help keep the water clean by using their root system to filter pollution and excess nutrients. Freshwater biodiversity and inland waters constitute a valuable role as a natural resource to water, economic, cultural, aesthetic, scientific and educational terms. This ecosystem is under a threat due to industrial dumping of waste. Overusage of agricultural fertilizers and pesticides by farmers, overfishing, sewage, etc. It is important to preserve these ecosystems before vanishing. And if we don't stop destroying our oceans and rivers right now, we will be destroying 70% of the earth. Thank you.
Namaste everyone. Today I am going to be answering 5 important questions about coral reefs. They are: what are coral reefs? How are they important to us? How are they being endangered? What are we doing to reserve coral reefs? And the most important one, what can you guys do to help in this situation? Okay, so let's get started with the first one, which is: what are coral reefs? Corals are marine invertebrates who are found in compact colonies called reefs. These colorful plant-like looking creatures are actually animals. India has 5 important coral reefs in our seas. They are present in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, the Lakshadweep Islands, the Gulf of Kutch, and 2 in the Gulf of Mannar. Okay, let's move on to our next topic, which is how are these
Now, with the water classification all done and dusted, let's talk about a few advantages water provides us with. So for more, here comes Kavya to narrate a story on water conservation. Over to you.
The reporters approached the farmers and questioned them about their crops. They asked them about how they maintain their crops while there is a shortage of water.
How are your crops so well maintained even though there is shortage of water?
We improved water conservation methods in agricultural sector and we increased water quantity by rainwater harvesting. We also used watershed management for the effective conservation of soil and water resources for sustainable production.
It's any kind of contamination of water bodies such as rivers, lakes,
or wetlands with substances that can pose serious stress to human health and natural environment. This has been the major cause of deaths of the developing nations.
What are the sources of water pollution? Unsurprisingly, human activity is primarily responsible for water pollution. Even if natural phenomena such as landslides and floods can also contribute to degrade the water quality.
We can separate the issues of water pollution with three notable solutions. First one, wastewater treatment. Second one, reducing plastic waste. And third one, ozone wastewater treatment. Wastewater treatment. It is the process used to remove the contaminants from the wastewater and then convert it into effluents that can again go to the water cycle. Second one, reducing plastic waste. Plastic waste is a huge issue. More than 8 tons of
River Ganga. It is one such river which has been devastated by water pollution. It is the most sacred river for Hindus in the country and is the second largest river in the Indian subcontinent. Around 40% of the Indian population gets nurtured by this river. However, it is now considered to be one of the most endangered rivers in the world due to its water pollution. Its most polluted stretch lies at Kanpur in Uttar Pradesh. People here can be seen throwing large amounts of garbage, untreated sewage and even flowers and idols of gods directly into the river. Many ambitious plans were launched to help preserve and stop the water pollution present in River Ganga, such as the Namami Ganga program and the Ganga Action Plan. River Ganga can only be rejuvenated and preserved if environmental policies are strictly followed and violators are punished. Thank you.
किसने मेरी तपस्या भंग की?
भगीरथ, मैं तुम्हारी तपस्या से प्रसन्न हुई। मैं गंगा हूँ।
तुम आ गई, मुझ पर दया करके आ गई। मेरा जीवन सफल हो गया माँ। मैं कितना भाग्यशाली हूँ।
किंतु मैं भाग्यशालिनी नहीं हूँ भगीरथ।
माताश्री।
हाँ भगीरथ, कहाँ तुम्हारी कठिन तपस्या, सच्ची लगन, अपार भक्ति, और कहाँ मैं? भगीरथ, तुम मुझे भूलकर अयोध्या वापस चले जाओ।
माँ गंगा सामने हो और बेटा कैसा वापस चले जाए?
तुम्हें जाना ही होगा भगीरथ, मैं विवश हूँ।
माँ, प्यासी धरती आपको पुकार रही है, मानवता बिलख रही है। वो देखो माँ, अकाल के मारे भूखे प्यासे दम तोड़ते आदमी, औरतें, बच्चे।
क्या तुम समझते हो मेरे हृदय में दया और ममता नहीं? भगीरथ, तुम नहीं समझते मैं कितनी विवश हूँ।
ऐसी कौन सी विवशता है कि जो आप पृथ्वी पर नहीं आ सकती?
धरती पर पैर रखते ही मैं पाताल में चली जाऊँ। नहीं भगीरथ, तुम वापस चले जाओ, वापस चले जाओ भगीरथ, तुम वापस चले जाओ, चले जाओ भगीरथ।
मातेश्वरी, आंखें खोलो। भोलेनाथ, मांगो। भगवान, जगत कल्याण और पितरोद्धार के लिए मैं स्वर्ग से माता गंगा को पृथ्वी पर लाना चाहता हूँ। तो पतित पावनी गंगा का आह्वान करो, गंगा पाताल नहीं जाएगी। भगीरथ, तुम सच्ची भक्ति से हिमालय पर जाकर गंगा का आह्वान करो।
चला गया वो लौट के फिर ना आए, तेरा कर्म ही है जो संग दे जाए।
भगीरथ की तपस्या कभी निष्फल नहीं होगी। जाओ गंगे, अनंत काल तक पृथ्वीवासियों का कल्याण करती रहो, उनका उद्धार करती रहो। जाओ। आओ।
The pledge.
Take the pledge.
To conserve water every day.
To conserve water every day.
I won't pollute the water by any means.
I won't pollute the water by any means.
I pledge to become an eco-conscious person.
I pledge to become an eco-conscious person.
I pledge to protect our Mother Earth.
I pledge to protect another earth.
Increases your experience, and experience decreases your mistake. If you learn from your mistakes, then others learn from your success. Namaste to one and all.
Myself Moksha and I Amrita, along with our class 10D, have gathered here to celebrate the World Environment Day with green wishes and a fresh heart. Here are Avantika and Sai Kirti to enlighten us more on the topic significance of biodiversity.
When you look at this term, biodiversity, it sounds very complex, but it is nothing but a term made up of two words. Bio meaning life and diversity meaning variety. Biodiversity is all the different forms of life that you will find in one area.
Will the life of two young businessmen change after they meet an environmentalist in their journey? Let's wait and watch. Here are our friends with a short inspirational Hindi play on climate change and reforestation. Let's all take part in the journey towards environmental awareness. Lights, camera, action.
हमने जर्नी अपनी अपनी पत्नियों के गुस्से में स्टार्ट की। हम सिगरेट बनाने वाले, बेचने वाले। हमने कभी सोचा नहीं था कि हमारी लाइफ ऐसे बदल जाएगी।
भैया,
ओ शुक्रिया दोस्त। कितना कमा था भाई?
ज्यादा नहीं, 5,000।
5,000? अब 2019 में 5,000 में क्या होता? अबे इतने की तुम दारू पी लेते हैं।
अरे भैया, आप कितने की दारू पीते हैं ये जानकर हम क्या करेंगे, लेकिन मैं संतुष्ट हूँ।
संतुष्टि? कैसी संतुष्टि? अबे मतलब सेटिस्फेक्शन भाई। अच्छा, हाँ तो भाई कहाँ से लाते हो सेटिस्फेक्शन?
अरे भैया, मैं बहुत साल पहले दिल्ली से आया था, अब तो यहीं बस गया। यहाँ कितना अच्छा है, खुली हवा, अच्छी खासी ताजगी भरी सांस और चेहरे पे मुस्कान। और शहर जाके क्या करेंगे, वहाँ पे खाली धूल, गैस, जहरीले धुएं, इसके अलावा और क्या मिलता है?
ये ले, रख ले पैसे।
अरे भैया, इतने ज्यादा क्या करेंगे, मैं खुले लेके आता हूँ।
रख ले यार।
अरे नहीं भैया, मैं खुले लेके आता हूँ, और वैसे भी मुझे पता है कि अब तो आप लोग यहीं पे बस जाओगे। खुले लेके आता हूँ।
तो बताओ, कितने कर्जे लेके भागे हो? कितने जुल्म किए हैं?
ये तो वक्त ही बताए। तो आप लोग मुझे चोर तो नहीं समझ रहे, मैं क्लाइमेट चेंज के लिए काम कर रहा हूँ और डिफॉरेस्टेशन के लिए।
मैं छोड़ दें यार, इतने की छोड़ रहे हो।
अरे यार, बहुत देखें आप जैसे फैकू।
अच्छा एक बात बताओ, नाम क्या आपका?
विवेक वासवानी।
विवेक वासवानी। ले वासवानी जी, छोड़ देते हैं आप।
अपनी देवियों के कहने पर, लेकिन फिर हमें प्यार हो गया नेचर से, जंगल से, पहाड़ों से। समझ आ गया कि इस जर्नी में जो हमने फील किया, अगर वही हमारी आने वाली जनरेशन को फील कराना है तो काम करना होगा। जंगल कम होने से रोकना होगा, क्लाइमेट चेंज पर काम करना होगा। हमने तो शुरू कर दिया, आप भी कर दीजिए अपने लिए, देश के लिए।
Of experiencing an effortless and luxurious life. Our emotions have not only contaminated, but we have also dumped the entire world with garbage. We have ripped the greenery into pieces. Thinking about our future generations, we must be concerned about our environment. In this effort, Timaka and her husband are an inspiration. Salumarada Timaka or Arabarada Timaka is a well-known person. She is often referred as Mother of Trees. Born in the year 1910 and is 102 years old, she was born in Gubbi Taluk in Tumakuru district in Karnataka. She dreamt about education in her childhood, but because of poverty, she remained as an illiterate. Later, when she turned 10 years old, she started masonry work.
At the age of 19, Timmaka was married to Bikala Chikkaya, who was a native of Hulikal village in Magadi Taluk of Ramnagar district in Karnataka. Even after 25 years of married life, this couple did not have any kids. Because of this, Timmaka made an attempt to suicide. After this, Timmaka and her husband decided to grow trees and nurture them. This way, the disappointed couple started to see trees as their children. From 1948, from Hulikal to Pudur, on both sides of the road, they grew banyan trees for 4 kilometers. They grew many trees, but their service was unnoticed till 36 years. Ignoring poverty, growing trees was the major deal for this couple. Later in 1991, Timmaka's husband, who was like a backbone to her, passed away. But still, she grew 384 banyan trees and 8,000 other trees. Salumarada, meaning row of trees in Kannada language, is how she is referred because of her work. Timmaka is honored both nationally and globally for her achievement and love for nature. She received Padma Shri Award, which is India's 4th highest civilian award in 2019. I would like to end by saying one of her quotes. Mahatma Gandhi used the charaka as a sword to stop people from wearing western clothes and promote our own fabric. I'm using the green as a sword to fight for better and clean living. Besides, we better start concentrating to save this Mother Earth because it's the only planet that has chocolates. Thank you.
ಪರದೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ತಂಪು ನೀಡುವ ತುಂಬು ಚಂದನಿಗೆ ತಾಪದ ಮುತ್ತಿಗೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳಕು ಚೆಲ್ಲಿದ ಬೆಳ್ಳಿ ಸೂರ್ಯನಿಗೆ ಕತ್ತಲ ಪರದೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ತಂಪು ನೀಡುವ ತುಂಬು ಚಂದನಿಗೆ ತಾಪದ ಮುತ್ತಿಗೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬೀಸಿ ಬರುವ ತಂಗಾಳಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಕಪ್ಪು ಹೊಗೆಯ ಘಾಟು ಬೀಸಿ ಬರುವ ತಂಗಾಳಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಕಪ್ಪು ಹೊಗೆಯ ಘಾಟು ಆಮ್ಲಜನಕ ಬೇಕೆನ್ನುವವರಿಗೆ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ರೇಟು ಆಮ್ಲಜನಕ ಬೇಕೆನ್ನುವವರಿಗೆ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ರೇಟು ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ರೇಟು ಓ ಬೆಟ್ಟ ಬಯಲುಗಳೇ ಕಣಿವೆ ಕಡಲುಗಳೇ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕವನ ಬೇಡ ಧಾವಂತ ಉಳಿಸಿ ಜೀವಂತ ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ನನ್ನ ನಮನ.
The healing forest. Come home to the forest, where time goes slow and the breath goes mellow, where thoughts find rest and calm comes to nest. Come home to the woods, to be friends with trees and listen to the breeze, to wander through the trails and mend your sails. Come home to the nature when your heart is hurting or your soul needs healing.
Hello folks, this is Anirudh Pai streaming live. And I, Vaibhav Keshanai from SV News. So today we have with us two zoologists, Dr. Bhatt, Namaste, and Dr. Baraki.
Namaste.
So they are here to talk about the current wildlife and the problems faced by animals and plants. So before we delve into the present topic, I would like the viewers to know about the past, about the early stages of Earth. I would like Dr. Bhatt to explain us about it.
Well, Earth's story began about 4.8 billion years ago, shortly after the sun started forming. The rocks, dust, ice orbiting around the early sun clumped together in larger and larger lumps, indicated with each other, and they formed the early Earth.
Okay, now I would like to ask Dr. Baraki about how humans have emerged as the dominant species of Earth.
When the dinosaurs went extinct about 65 million years ago, it paved the way for the emergence of man. Shortly before the Ice Age, the most advanced species of the earth had appeared, man. The main reason for humans' dominance is his intelligence and his ability to use tools.
Alright, that's enough of history down there. Now I would like to discuss about the current wildlife with Dr. Bhatt.
The current wildlife of the earth is very diverse. The animals and plants thrive in different ecosystems and all play an important role. The wildlife supports all the different processes of the nature, but in the recent years, the population of wildlife has decreased by 68% since the 1970s due to all the cruel acts like poaching, animal hunting, which has put a huge toll on the nature. To prevent this, the government should implement various schemes like establishment of natural parks and wildlife sanctuaries.
At the end of the day, both the groups want to be safe. Although we share the same earth, we cannot live together because we humans have our own habitat and the animals have theirs. So the best way to cooperate is to not interfere.
I have learnt a lot, what more than they used to teach in a school in a day.
This was very informative and I would like to be the host again. I would like to end this stream.
Namaste everyone, my name is Prajit.
And my name is Bauji.
Today we are going to present a skit on Jadhav Payeng, the forest man of India. It was the scorching summer of 1978 when Jadhav Payeng, a tribal teenage boy, returned to his birthplace at Arunachapuri, a river island on the Brahmaputra. On reaching home, he witnessed a sight. That shook him to the core. More than 100 snakes curved, looped and twisted lifelessly on the deserted sandbar. The snakes had been washed up to the sandbar by floods and had died without tree cover. The boy's heart broke. Distressed and seeking counsel, he met the villagers of the Deori community nearby. They encouraged him to grow trees to save the reptiles. Along with their native wisdom, the villagers offered the boy 50 seeds and 25 bamboo plants. Make sure not to waste any and come back with a lot of plants. We believe in you.
Payeng, just 15 or 16, set out all alone in April 1979 to plant life on the tough terrain of the eroded island covered with sand and silt. He sowed the seeds and shoots. 36 years later, he has reaped the forest. Like all truly great people, Payeng, now in his mid-50s, hailed as the forest man of India. Planter of a jungle is innocent of his feet.
Lazy farmers growing trees to make money for us anyway. It's not like we asked, but thanks anyway.
Hey you, who gave you the permission to cut these trees? These trees are my life. It took almost 10 years to grow these.
What's the point of growing trees when you're going to just cut them for your own greed?
That's your own greed.
I'm sick of this Bunty. Call the smart people to debate with them and teach them a nice lesson.
Yes sir, I'll do it right now. We need to teach a lesson for these farmers.
Bring it on, there are no smart people in our village.
Yes, deforestation is necessary. A world without deforestation is useless. What you think?
No, you people just want to make money by cutting trees for your own greed. Huh?
Oh, that's a good counter by Rishabh.
Calm down, there is no use of fighting. We decide this calmly. Deforestation hurts the ecosystem. Think about the various animals that will be left out later. I feel bad for our animals.
As my friend said before, without deforestation, the economical situation will go down. Think about the number of people who will lose their job.
Oh, that would be a huge downfall to economy. We were never taught this in school.
But it will reduce the oxygen level in the atmosphere, humus in the soil, and many more things will go downfall.
A whole textbook could probably list out the ill effects of deforestation. I should have brought my...
Most of the things we see around us are made of food. And some of them are necessary for human uses. If deforestation would be stopped, what you would replace wood with them?
Yeah, I totally agree with that. But think about the way of life. Without trees, we won't be able to exist in this form.
And mother, Afuli, Payeng, sold a milk for a meager, living in order to feed their many children. The 1965 deluge wrecked Arun to leave their 5-year-old Jadhav in care of Anil Borthakur, a courtmaster at the district court in Jorhat who looked after his schooling. From now on, you will be under my care. You feel like a very hard-working and dedicated person.
After class 10, Payeng gave up school to look after the livestock left by his deceased parents. He still has 100 cows and buffaloes and makes his living from selling milk.
But he is no ordinary cattle owner. He can claim to 1,400 acres of dense defiant forest. His forest had bamboo, teak, custard apple, star fruit, etc. The rest of the year, he collected seeds, saplings, and within a span of 5 years, his stretch of land got covered with dense vegetation, dominated by trees. Local inhabitants nicknamed him Molai, meaning forest, and dubbed his woodland the Molai forest.
Jadhav Payeng was awarded the Padma Shri by Pranab Mukherjee, and Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam gave him the title of Forest Man of India for his hard work and dedication towards saving the environment. An amazing and inspirational person who cares about the environment.
And his dedication towards it inspires us to do the same. Thank you.
मुझसे है सांसों की तुझ में रवानी, मैं ना रहा तो रहेगा न पानी, मुझसे है सांसों की तुझ में रवानी। मैं ना रहा तो रहेगा न पानी, मैं तेरा हिस्सा हूँ तू मेरा हिस्सा है, मुझसे ही तू जिंदा है। ना काटो मुझे दुखता है, ना काटो मुझे बड़ा दुखता है। हाँ, बड़ा दुखता है, हाँ, दुखता है। ना काटो मुझे दुखता है, ना काटो मुझे बड़ा दुखता है। मैं तेरा हिस्सा हूँ तू मेरा हिस्सा है, मुझसे ही तू जिंदा है। ना काटो मुझे दुखता है।
Accept your past without regret.
Handle your present with confidence.
Face your future without fear.
Don't fear for facing failure in the first attempt.
Because even the successful man begins with a zero only.
Jai Hind. Now, the boys of our class 10th E are going to perform a skit on the consequences of cruelty to the environment.
Uncle, do you know where this house is? Do you know where this house is?
It is in that direction over there. Wait, aren't you Ram Mohan's son? Is it so? Then you better hurry.
Yes, I have just arrived from the city after finishing my degree on environmental science. I came to see my father as I heard he was suffering from asthma.
He walks home but finds his father in a more terrible condition than he expected.
What happened, father?
Son, my health is not improving even after taking medicines. The doctor has told me that my health won't improve unless there's a miraculous change.
I promise you, father, that this miracle will take place.
The scholar leaves the premises, determined to commit to his promises. He takes a stroll around the village to think about his future plans and notices that all the villagers suffer from the same problems. He then decides to meet up with the village panchayat.
A factory was recently constructed in the forest nearby the river. They have destroyed acres of land and cut the trees for fuel. They have been mining for coal around the area and excessively using it and petrol for their manufacturing. The toxic fumes released in production pollute the air and the untreated sewage has been polluting the water. These have together been causing problems for all the villagers. Then why aren't you taking any action against them?
The protesters, adamant that they would not budge until their demands were met, caused quite the stir in the media. The media arrives on the spot to cover the hot story.
Welcome everyone around the world. This is Raman reporting for NDTV near the HS Fire Oil Corporation. Now I'm accompanied by a couple of protesters. Hello sir, we are from the NDTV and we have noticed that in spite of several days of strike, the owner of the company has not yet answered us. What are you going to do about this, and are you going to continue the strike until the owner responds?
It will make it more expensive for us. Okay, fine. I promise I'll fulfill your demands.
Oh sir, you have gotten it all wrong. We aren't against your company as it has been providing employment to the villagers in the off-season. We are just looking out for our health. We shall only stop when you stop using petroleum and wood as your primary fuel resources. The moment you build solar plants, cut down on the fuel usage and treat the sewage you let out to the rivers, only then will we stop.
The company owner agrees with the scholar and goes through with the demands. The village prospers and the village has to no longer worry about their health. Taking inspiration from the scholar, the villagers also start using CNG gas and using electricity from the solar plant instead of kerosene lamps. The village returns to its former glory and all is well.
people were not sure if climate change was going to damage the world or not, and many countries were also not really sure. So, and especially a country big like India, which mainly depends on agriculture, and agriculture which also depends on the climate changes. So, one Indian stepped up and cleared all doubts from their minds. They created an organization with concrete proof on whether climate change is real or not, and make sure that there are no risks that happens around us. They also told that Mangalore may drown in the coming years. Which organization is this, and who is the creator?
IPCC, and the person who created was Dr. R.K. Pachuri.
Yes! A big round of applause please for this team, because this is true. It is R.K. Pachuri or Rajendra Singh Pachuri, and the name of the organization is IPCC. Did you know they also won the Nobel Peace Prize for their contribution? A big round of applause please again. Thank you everyone for listening to this short quiz. I hope you learned something valuable today, and please remember that try to keep this planet as clean as possible, because as they say, there is no planet B. Thank you for have a glorious day, and Jai Hind!
Nuclear. What is the picture that comes to your mind when you hear this word? Is it the destruction of Hiroshima and Nagasaki? Or is it a future when clean energy reaches each and every home?
I feel nuclear power is an opportunity. I feel nuclear power is dangerous. We want to ask you what you think about this. Is it the future, or is it a weapon of the past? Now, we look at both sides of the argument and come to a conclusion whether nuclear energy is good for the world or not. So audience, please get ready to watch this debate.
Well, research into nuclear energy started to win a war. It started to violently kill soldiers and civilians of the enemy country. It has been over 70 years since the Hiroshima and Nagasaki incident. And also, after few years of bombing, all the newborn children had leukemia. Today, there are more than 13,000 nuclear weapons worldwide, and these weapons are far more than enough to destroy the humanity.
There have been only 2 instances of nuclear weapons being used in a war. 2 lakhs in numbers is quite large, but if we compare, even a simple handgun can kill more people than a nuclear bomb. But do you know how many lives nuclear energy has saved? 1.8 million. We pump pollution into the air when we burn coal, but nuclear waste is stored. This reduces the chances of pollution, and less pollution will save lives. If we add up the deaths from Hiroshima, Nagasaki, and even Chernobyl disasters, as compared to other energy sources, the deaths from nuclear energy are low. Nuclear waste contains plutonium. Plutonium has the long-term toxicity of over 10,000 years. Even 1 drop of plutonium can kill you. Nuclear waste were earlier dumped in oceans, and marine life is also seriously threatened by nuclear waste.
And well, nuclear waste is kept in the ground. So even if by mistake the nuclear waste leaks, it can seep into our soil, can cause danger to our life, and most importantly, it can be repurposed to make weapons.
ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳ್ತೀರಾ?
ಯಾಕೆ ಏನಾಯಿತು?
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇವತ್ತು ನೀವು ರಜೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನು ಸ್ಕೂಲಿಗೆ ಕಾರಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬರ್ತೀರಾ?
ಯಾಕೆ ಅವ್ರು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಬಸ್ಸಲ್ಲೇ ಹೋಗೋದಲ್ಲ, ಇವತ್ತೇನು ಹೀಗೆ?
ಅದು ಸರಿ, ಆದರೆ ಇವತ್ತು ನೀವು ಅವರನ್ನು ಕಾರಲ್ಲೇ ಬಿಡಬಹುದಲ್ಲ, ಅವರಿಗೂ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ.
ನೋಡು, ಇದೇ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ತಪ್ಪು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂಥದ್ದು. ನಾವು ಸಣ್ಣದಿರುವಾಗ 2, 3, 4 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಶಾಲೆಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆವು. ನಮ್ಮ ಗೆಳೆಯರೊಂದಿಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಸಮಯ ಕಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆವು. ಶಾಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಪಾಠ ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆವು. ಯಾಕೆ ನಾವು ಅಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕಲ್ತೇವೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಆವಾಗ ಶ್ರಮ ಇತ್ತು, ನಮ್ಮ ಶ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಬೆಲೆ ಇತ್ತು. ಹೌದು, ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಮೇಲೆ ನಮಗೆ ಪ್ರೀತಿ ಇದೆ, ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕಲಿಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲ ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟಿ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಈಗ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಬಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದರೆ ಒಂದು ಬಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ 40ರಿಂದ 45 ಜನ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು. ಕಾರಲ್ಲಿ 4 ಜನ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಧನ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಖರ್ಚಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಬಸ್ ಇರುವಾಗ ನಾವು ಕಾರಲ್ಲಿ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗೋದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಅರ್ಥಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿರ್ತದೆ, ನೀನೇ ಆಲೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡು. ಸಮಾಜದ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬನೂ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಆಲೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಇಂಧನವನ್ನು ಉಳಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಪೆಟ್ರೋಲ್ನ ಬೆಲೆ ಗಗನಕ್ಕೇರಿದೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ವಸ್ತುಗಳು ಕಡಿಮೆಯಾಗಿ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದರ ಬೆಲೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ನಾವು ಏನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ, ಪ್ರಕೃತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗುವ ವಸ್ತು ಶಾಶ್ವತವಾಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಖಾಲಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಅದರ ಉತ್ಪಾದನೆ ನಿಂತು ಹೋಗಿಬಿಡ್ತದೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಮುಂದಿನ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಹೇಗೆ ಶಾಲೆಗೆ ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೋ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಕೂಡ ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾ? ನೀವೇ ಆಲೋಚಿಸಿ. ಸಮಾಜ ಬದಲಾಗಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಮನೆಯೂ ಬದಲಾಗಬೇಕು, ಮನೆಯ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯೂ ಬದಲಾಗಬೇಕು. ನಾವು ಆಲೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇಂಧನವನ್ನು ಉಳಿಸಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದಿನ ಪೀಳಿಗೆಗೆ ಕೊಡಬಹುದು. ಇದು ಸರಿಯಲ್ವಾ?
धरित्री स्वर्ग समानं सकल जीवको मोक्षप्रदं धरित्री स्वर्ग समानं सकल जीवको मोक्षप्रदं हे जननी भाग्यदायिनी हे जननी भाग्यदायिनी
ನಾನು ಪ್ರೊಟೆಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ಬಂದದ್ದ.
ಎಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು ಈಗ ಬಂದದ? ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಯ್ತು.
ಅಯ್ಯೋ ರಾಮ ರಾಮ, ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ರೆಡಿಯಾಗಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೇನೆ ನಾನು.
ನಾನೇನು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗ್ತದೆ? ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ.
ಫ್ರಮ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಬಾಯ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಸೇ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.